Hi guys, hope you're well. Hope you had a good weekend. As we mentioned last week, obviously now we've been through your kipping and your toaster bar, okay? We're going to start to have a look at your butterfly pull-ups, okay? So obviously butterfly pull-ups, they're not an essential skill that you have to learn unless really, you want to compete or you want to work towards competing. In that case, you will find as you get into competitions that the vast majority of people, especially in RX competitions, will be doing butterfly pull-ups. Okay, and obviously the main reason for that is just the speed of the movement. Okay, so generally you're going to be able to do about 1.5 butterfly pull-ups for every 1 kipping pull-up. Okay, so it is just a faster movement, which obviously when everything comes down to time or reps, you're going to put yourself in an advantage. Okay, now in terms of efficiency, they're more efficient on the one hand, but not on the other, okay? So because of the speed of the movement, they are going to get your heart rate up higher, okay? So obviously if you're doing a workout like say Fran, where you've got thrusters and pull-ups, and you're doing butterfly pull-ups, you are going to fatigue a lot more, your heart rate is going to be a lot higher, the intensity is going to be a lot higher, purely because of the speed of the movement. But obviously because you're looking to get the fastest possible time, that's good, that's what we want, okay? In terms of efficiency, okay, in terms of muscular efficiency, all right, there's pros and cons to the butterfly pull-up. They tend to be more efficient on your grip, on your forearms, primarily because you're spending less time on the bar for the same number of reps, because obviously the movement pattern is faster, okay? So let's say, for example, you've got 30 reps to do, you might spend a minute on the bar instead of 1 minute and 20 seconds. So over the course of a workout, you are going to save your grip, okay? So they are more efficient that way. In terms of fatigue and more like your biceps and your lats, they are only more efficient if you do them effectively, okay? So what can happen when people are getting to grips with butterfly pull-ups is you tend to use your arms to pull yourself around so that it looks like an efficient butterfly, but it's not always 100% efficient, which is why you can get more fatigue in your arms, and then obviously you can burn out quicker. So in summary, if you do them properly, then they are a beneficial, more efficient movement, even though they do get your heart rate a little bit higher, okay? So the key to learning your butterfly pull-ups, because they are a big change from kipping, okay, is just to slow right down and not try to do too much too soon, okay? Now obviously with your kipping movement, especially your kipping pull-up, is very much a semicircle kind of movement, okay? You start off at the bottom, you swing forwards, swing back, swing up over the bar, push yourself away and back down, okay? Whereas obviously with a butterfly movement, we want to keep that more circular motion going, okay? Which is where you get the efficiency from, okay? Now, part of the key to that, okay, obviously is timing. And then the other part of the key to that is body position. Okay, because if you're in the wrong body position when you do your pull-ups, your butterfly pull-ups in particular, then you're going to end up losing a lot of your momentum and having to start again, okay, which is a big problem when you're trying to get to grips with them, okay? And then the other thing is to make sure that, like we said before, you're using your hips as opposed to just pulling yourself around in a circle, okay? So the first thing to practice when you're starting to get to grips with your butterfly pull-ups is either just to stand on a box, or if you've got a low bar, stand on the floor, okay? And just start to get a feel for that circular motion, keeping your arms as relaxed as you can, okay? Once you can do that quite comfortably, which that should be reasonably straightforward, then you can start to focus on doing the same kind of thing, just focusing on that rhythm, but whilst you're hanging from the bar, okay? So don't worry about how high you get, just focus on keeping a nice consistent rhythm at a smooth pace, okay? You don't need to go all guns blazing when you're trying to get that rhythm. Just try and get into a nice consistent pace with them so that you get a nice circular rhythm that you can maintain for kind of 5 reps plus, okay? Before you even start to think about trying to get your chin over the bar, okay? Now as an extension to that, all right, just to make it a little bit easier when you start to look at your butterfly chest to bar, okay? You want to try and make sure that you think about your distance away from the bar, okay? So as I mentioned before, sometimes when you lose your rhythm on a butterfly pull-up, it's because you've got too close to the bar, so you've had to drop straight down, which has killed your momentum, as opposed to carrying on in that circular motion, okay? Now on a normal pull-up, that's not so bad because you only have to get your chin over the bar, so it's a lot easier to be far enough away that you don't lose your momentum, okay? But when you start to look at your chest to bar, which is ultimately what we'll do in the over the next couple of videos. You do obviously need to touch the bar, but it's where you touch the bar which determines whether you keep your momentum going or not. Okay, so by that I mean, and again I'll show you this later on in another video, if you touch the bar on the way up, then you're going to kill your rhythm. Whereas if you touch the bar on the way down, you're going to be able to keep going. Okay, so to do that, what you want to focus on as you come back, so as you reach kind of peak height, you want to also make sure you're at your peak distance away from the bar. Okay, so it makes it a lot more of a straight arm pull, almost like an uprise kind of movement, or if you're doing your bar muscle ups that way, more like a bar muscle up kind of movement, as opposed to a kip and pull up where it's more of a horizontal pull. Okay, again I'll show you what I mean there. All right, and that allows you just to keep momentum going a lot better. Okay, so now whilst you're going slow, whilst your feet are on the ground, now's the time just to focus on your positioning, staying as far away from the pull-up bar as you can as you go through that movement, especially, well, only really on the way up and then coming back underneath. Okay, have a go at these. Okay, it will feel very weird at first, but like I say, the main thing, start slow, practice regularly, okay, and they'll start to feel a lot more comfortable.